As I'm going through this transition, I seem to forget that every part of it is a part of the journey. Those moments where I'm not feeling too good, where I can't hardly get out of bed, those moments where I'm confused and I just don't know what to do, which way to go. And those happen a lot, you know, those bouts of doubt, those moments of fear, those moments of feeling low, not feeling worthy, confused on if this is actually my journey. Like, I want to get really transparent with y'all, because a lot of times we talk about the good moments, but who's out here in the process of expressing and talking about those moments where you're just not so sure of where you're going, what you're doing, and who you are. Hey y'all, what's up? Peace and balance. Your girl Mystique Moon here, back with another episode of She Sound Off on YouTube. Hey little stars, y'all, I have missed you. Hold on, let me get the placement of this. Okay, I want to be able to see my head. I know that I need these locks twisted up, but I'm still cute. Period. I'm outside in my office. I'm enjoying this this sun energy. I'm enjoying this water energy. I'm enjoying this earth energy. I'm enjoying the animals, the bugs, not too much so, but it's all good. Okay, sacrifice. We gonna sacrifice that part. But I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. You know, these past couple weeks has not been great, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And you know, my thing is to be transparent always. But I've been struggling, y'all. I've been struggling. I'm in this transitional state where I am supposed to be self-sufficient. My own business, create an income solely off these two hands right here, and the blessings and the might of source energy, God. But it's been a challenge, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know so many people that go through the same shit. How hard is it to transition your mindset, your day-to-day, what you've known all your life, to formulate or generate a source of income, y'all. I've watched so many videos on YouTube. I've met with so many different mentors. I've listened to so many different testimonies. And they have all been helpful, don't get it wrong. However, shifting your beliefs has been very, very challenging, right? And so I want to talk about it, because the one thing that Spirit has laid on me real heavily is never forget the journey along the way. As I'm going through this transition, I seem to forget that every part of it is a part of the journey. Those moments where I'm not feeling too good, where I can't hardly get out of bed, those moments where I'm confused and I just don't know what to do, which way to go. And those happen a lot, you know, those bouts of doubt, those moments of fear, those moments of feeling low, not feeling worthy, confused on if this is actually my journey. Like, I want to get really transparent with y'all, because a lot of times we talk about the good moments, but who's out here in the process of expressing and talking about those moments where you're just not so sure of where you're going, what you're doing, and who you are. So let's talk about it. So I was laying in bed the other day in a state of meditation. A lot of times before I even get out the bed, before I have the strength to get out of bed, I have to meditate and I have to say my affirmations. By the way, one of my favorite affirmations is your perception is your reality. I have to say that because I have a way of distorting real life into the most negative shit ever. And that has been my challenge, the biggest thing that I've been trying to overcome, because y'all, I have been, my whole life has been about survival. My whole life has been about fear. You know, every thought, every potential that I have, I've input fear somewhere in that. And I've noticed that has kept me bounded for years. Fear and doubt and fear. And so before I get out of the bed, I literally have to say my affirmation. My perception is my reality. That awakens my understanding of, if you fear, if everything that you think about, talk about, look at, or everything about you is walking in fear, survival mode, doubt, then that will become your reality. So I just want to throw that in there real quick, y'all. Your perception is your reality. So I make sure that when I perceive things, I'm not perceiving them in a state of fear. I'm not perceiving them in a state of lack, and I'm not perceiving them in a state of doubt. But anyway, I was in meditation mode, and I was thinking to myself, I know that I'm in this transition of period where I am self-sufficient. I am able to create a life of abundance for me and my family based just off of my words, my strength, my works, and everything that I put into it. But it's not going to happen overnight, and a lot of times for me, I want things to happen overnight, because I'm looking in my rear view, or I'm looking in my side view, and I'm looking at all these other people who has done it. And in my eyes, it looks like it happened for them overnight. Now, while I know that's not true, it seemed like this process is forever. This transition has been forever. And because I had that thought process for the last few weeks, Spirit has brought me back to reality and said, I think that you're forgetting about the journey along the way. And I'm like, in my meditation, I'm like, what are you talking about? What is that supposed to mean? Forgetting about the journey along the way. And as I stayed more in my meditation, I learned that because we're so fixated on becoming, because we're so fixated on the end game, because I have been so fixated on making it, I have been forgetting to enjoy the process along the way. And that's really what it has been about. And I've missed that lately. Like, I've missed that part of it. Then I got to thinking, like, what have I missed? I've missed so many lessons because I've been so bent on transitioning into self-sufficiency that I've missed the fact that I have transitioned into self-sufficiency. What are you talking about, Miss Well, let me break it down to you. I started a candle business months ago. I have had plenty and many of sales, right? I have my website, Thecandleworkshop.square.site, okay? And I'll leave it in the description of my website, so you can check out my beautiful, beautiful manifestation candles, for manifesting love, to manifesting wealth, to manifesting prosperity, to manifesting and just attracting bath teas. I have so much to offer, right? And here I am trying to say, well, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. That I was so fixated on becoming an entrepreneur that I missed the fact that I had already become that. I hope y'all following me. Follow me. When I first made my candles, y'all, they weren't as pretty. They were my first ones, right? And so I was looking at a picture of the first few candles that I made. And then I look at the pictures of the candles that I have right now. And I'm like, wow, how far I've come from that very first candle that I made. And those trial and error processes in between to where I am now. My logo is different, my branding is different, what I put into my candles, how the process of me making them is quite different than what they were before. And so I was so fixated on having the perfect product that I missed how much I've grown along the way. Are you following me? My biggest dreams was to be a speaker, be a public speaker, and to use my throat chakra to help, heal, lead. And so that's been one of my biggest dreams. One of my idols is Lisa Nichols. When I first heard her speak, she just blew me away, and I've always looked up to her as a speaker. Quite a few others that I've talked about in past videos, but that's always been a dream of mine, y'all. Hey, little stars. So I just had to move locations because they had started doing construction over there, and it was really hard to hear my damn self think. So I had to come over here. I'm actually feeling good about this because I'm over here by the trees, and I'm just feeling good still enjoying the energy of the earth. Okay, y'all know what they call tree huggers, right? Okay. So, basically, I wanted to become this world-renowned speaker who captivated lives and changed lives with my throat chakra. And then as I'm laying again in bed, Spirit had brought to my attention the few times that I've gone on stage and how many times people have come to me and said, my words has changed their lives, and people have thanked me for putting these videos up on YouTube, and the many times that I've spoken and opened my heart to be vulnerable to people, and people were really grateful for that. I missed that along the way, so much so that I had become exactly what I was saying that I wanted to become. But I've allowed myself to be so absorbed in the wanting and the becoming that I wasn't even looking at the fact that along the way, along the journey, I have come so far already. I think a lot of us miss that part because we are not where we want to be. But we're never going to be where we want to be, because with every elevation, there's a different wanting, there's a different needing, because you've elevated. Each time you accomplish one goal, there's going to be something more that you want to accomplish, and that's a beautiful thing. That's evolution. That's how we evolve as people, remembering the journey along the way. I know that it can get challenging because there's bumps and there's hiccups. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you, like, this whole transition on being completely self-sufficient has been hard, because the first thing I want to do is hop back into survivor mode. Each day I become a person that I can feel good about myself, and I miss that along the way. I miss that process. I miss the good moments where I've learned a new skill and I acquired a new resource. I missed that moment, as I gave the example earlier with my candles, where I learned how to do something and I have gotten better and better and better along the way. I don't praise myself enough for that, and I think a lot of us don't do that. It's those small praises in between. It's those small steps that get us to that bigger moment that we miss. I've missed it. And so as I was laying in bed and in my meditative state and having a conversation with my higher power, I've learned that stop being so fixated on becoming something that is already in you. Stop being so fixated on the end product, because that's not where you find joy. You find joy in the moment in between. Take a moment to look back on the very beginning of your journey. If you've had a spiritual awakening and you don't think you're you don't think you've come far spiritually, remember when you didn't even think on that level. Remember when your conscious didn't even awaken. Remember that moment. I remember my moment. I remember when I used to float through this earth. I was a floater. And I used to allow life to life me without even knowing and realizing that I create my reality. Count your wins, count your blessings, count how far you've come. And do that often. Do that more times than not. So often I have to go over my wins. I have to say, you know what, Mystique, you've done amazing. You got this. Don't forget about those wins. And I also want to point out, those are lessons as well. The times where you've had those low tide moments, those ebb moments, those low moments, those downs, those falls, and those L's. Those are moments along the journey too that you're supposed to appreciate, because those are your learning lessons. Without those, where would you actually be? Without those lessons, where would you be? All right. So I'm glad I was able to get this off my chest, because I've been wrestling with this. And I know my little stars needed to hear it. I know it, okay? So it comes through me to get to you, and I love it. All right. So you guys, listen, go ahead and check out my website for the Candle Workshop. It's Thecandleworkshop.square.site. Go back and check out old videos, and I'm so glad that you guys are part of my family. Also, I am a co-founder of a bomb-ass sisterhood, Women of Alignment Elites. Whoa. And what we do is we learn, we love, we help, we uplift. We just do everything in Women of Alignment, y'all. And if you want to be a part of a dope-ass sisterhood, an elite dope-ass sisterhood, contact me, contact the founder, Asha May At, and we can get you, and we can help you become a part of a dope-ass sisterhood, all right? All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Remember that self-preservation is the first law of nature. Love yourself. Love yourself. Begin with self-love. And you are protected, so it's okay to lead with your heart, because that's when everything else will follow. All right? Bye, little stars. Peace out.